So really looking forward to this one. Just let me get my jacket off. That's much better. Spicy burgers. In Finland, we don't really have that much variation for the spicy burgers in McDonald's or Hesburger or Burger King. I could only find 2 in McDonald's. Hesburger didn't have any. Burger King had 1, which is a special that they have now. I mean, other countries have huge menus for McDonald's and Burger King. In Finland, the menu isn't that big. In McDonald's, I only found these 2. This is the El Maco, I think, and the Chili Feast. It had chili in its name, that's why I picked it. This one has a Spanish-sounding name. I took it that one. I don't actually think this is gonna be that spicy, so I'm gonna go with that one first. Actually, there's some spiciness here. Not much, but I can feel it. Yeah. And then the second one. I'm wondering if they gave me the wrong burger. This doesn't look like it has chili in it at all. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of chili. And if I bother to go to Burger King and order the sriracha burger, I'm gonna eat it and review it here. Went to Burger King, got the sriracha burger that they have in Finland right now. The tagline for this burger is tulta bunille, which means fire or heatness for your buns, which is a play on the phrase tulta munille, which is a war cry used in the Finnish Winter and Continuation War, aimed for the enemy's testicles as to lower the morale of your enemy, and also used so that more of the enemies have to be occupied with removing their wounded comrades instead of actually firing at you. Good choice of tagline for your burger, Burger King. But let's see how it tastes. Okay, so I've had this burger earlier. That was the single patty version. And that actually had some spiciness to it. However, this one doesn't seem to have any spiciness to it at all. I don't know if they forgot to put the sriracha in here or what. Yeah, which is confusing. Otherwise, it's just a normal burger. Some lettuce. This actually has some fried onion in it, some fresh onion, cheddar, 2 patties, pretty dry in between. And, oh yeah, here's actually some mayo. Let's see if this is the spicy mayo. Yeah, it's here, only on one side of the burger. And I haven't bitten into it yet, so that's why it's not spicy. So somebody has been not doing their job properly and, spread this around. So I'm actually gonna try another bite that actually has some sriracha on it and see how it tastes then. Yeah, this one doesn't have enough of the spicy sriracha mayo in it, so I don't taste any spiciness in this burger. Yeah, this is actually one of the most disappointing burgers in all the spicy burgers I've eaten. I've only eaten 3 spicy burgers, this is the 3rd one, but both of the McDonald's ones were better. This is a really, really poor attempt at a spicy burger from Burger King. Yeah, back to here. The spicy burgers, the chili burgers, sriracha burgers in the chains here in Finland aren't that spicy. I guess that people that actually want spicy burgers are not going to McDonald's, Burger King, or Hesburger in Finland. I'm still gonna make some spicy burgers and see what we can come up with. It's very easy to make a spicy burger. You just make a cheeseburger and put some hot sauce on it. But let's see if we can be a little bit more creative than that. So yeah, let's get cooking.
The first thing I'm going to make is habanero honey. Get a bottle of liquid honey and add it to the pot. This week has been quite hard for me. Let's just say that it burns when I pee. I learned the hard way the importance of wearing protection. I suggest you do the same. Once protected, get a habanero. Chop it up and add it to the pot with the honey. Now let it simmer for 5 to 10 minutes so that the spiciness and taste of the habanero transfers to the honey. Don't get the honey too hot, as that is a sure way to get burns. Once you have had it simmer, use a strainer to separate the honey from the habanero. Once strained, add the honey back to the bottle that it came in. Now label the bottle so that you don't add this honey to your tea. Now that we have habanero honey, we can make caramelized onion. Take 2 medium-sized onions and chop them up. Add them to a cold frying pan. Once the pan is on the stove, add some water to the pot. This will evenly cook the onions quicker. Medium heat is good as you don't want to burn your onions. Once the water has evaporated, add butter to the pot. This will also soften the browning at the bottom of the pot. Try to scrape it off as it adds great taste. Keep the onions on low to medium heat for 15 minutes until the onions are soft and brown. That is how you make caramelized onion. You don't need to add anything more except maybe some salt. No sugar is needed as the onions contain it. However, I like to add my habanero honey and some fresh habanero to the mix to make spicy caramelized onion. Once mixed, put the caramelized onion to the side. The next step is to make spicy mayo. Start by chopping up the rest of the habanero that was left over from the caramelized onion. Add about 1 deciliter of canola oil to a frying pan. Keep the temperature low or you will burn the habanero and spices in the oil and make the oil taste horrible. 60 degrees centigrade is hot enough. Add the habanero to the oil and other spices if you desire. I added some chili flakes and some Szechuan peppers to add different types of heatness to the mayo. Once the ingredients have been in the hot oil for 10 to 15 minutes, use a strainer to separate the oil from the other ingredients. The oil should now have a nice amber color. Now to make the mayo. I chose to make the mayo the foolproof way with a stick mixer. Just take a narrow container that your mixer fits in and add 2 egg yolks, Dijon mustard, some vinegar and the oil. Add some cold canola oil to your oil so that it's not so hot. You want something room temperature. Add about 2 to 4 deciliters of oil to the container depending on how thick you want the mayo. I use the whipping blade for my mixer as that mixes the mayo the best. Now, press the mixer all the way to the bottom and put it on full blast. Once it has mixed everything at the bottom, slowly pull the mixer up so that the mayo doesn't get separated. Now that we have something resembling mayo, add salt, pepper and a chopped habanero to the mayo. Now that the mayo is done, we can finally focus on the burger. So this is going to be a pretty straightforward smashed hamburger. I'm going to use potato buns. Add some butter to both sides of them. And then toast them so that they get a nice bit of color. Split the 400 gram minced meat into 4 parts so that it's 100 gram per patty. Make the meat into round balls and place them on a plate. Now season the meat. I've added some chili spice mix and salt. That's the only thing you actually need. Now take the meatballs and place them in a frying pan and smash them. I like to get the edges really thin so that I get a nice Maillard effect. Then repeat it with the other patty. Once the patties are in the frying pan, season them. And after that you can flip them. Once flipped, add the cheese to the other side. For the other patty, once I have removed it from the frying pan, add it on top of the other one. Now take the caramelized onion and place it on top of the patties. And on top of the caramelized onion, add the chili cheese. Add a container on top of the patties so that the cheese melts into the caramelized onion. As the cheese is melting, we can prepare the buns for the patties. I've chosen to only add mayo to the bottom bun. Once the mayo is on the bun, we can check and see if the cheese has melted. Just add the patties on top of the bun and then add the crown to the burger. And that's it. That's how you make a spicy smashed burger.
Okay, so this is the burger I made. It's a typical smash burger, double patties, but with added caramelized onion, which I have made spicy, and also a spicy mayo of my own recipe. And also added some spicy cheese or some chili cheese that I found in the shop. I don't know how to make cheese. So just to dig in, or this actually needs a little bit more. So I'm gonna first prepare that. And if it's not spicy enough, some habanero chips. There. And some of my spicy mayo to use as a dip. And that's it. That's actually a full meal. I'm gonna have a bite. Nice amount of heat. At first when you bite into it, it doesn't taste of any heat, but it builds up the more you eat. I prefer that kind of heat in my burger. And if you want a little bit of a kick, then you just have one of these habanero chips. These are pretty good. And then continue eating. Yep, so that's it. If I may say so myself, that was a great burger. It had a nice level of spiciness to it. Paired with some habanero chips, it's just a perfect meal. So yeah, this hamburger got my nose going and a bit of sweat, which is what you want from a hot burger. It's not something that you should just eat and it's some spiciness to this. No, it should build up, and after you have eaten it, you're supposed to have this nice warm feeling in you. And that's what this burger did for me. A success.